This one guy, he was like the Valid Victorian, that is where you're like
What'd you say?
the smartest person.
Yeah, what'd you call it?
What'd you call
Valid
it?
Victorian? Is that what you say?
Valid Victorian?
Valid Victorian?
How do you say this?
Welcome to Joy Tactics, the podcast dedicated to all things joyful, joyous, and meeting as many celebrities as humanly possible. Hosted by Eric Rahill, Nate Veroni, and Jack Bensinger. Enjoy.
1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas early.
Merry early Christmas. You know what, guys? My hands are all sticky right now. Do you know this? I didn't say this on the pre-chat, but my hands are all sticky. Could you imagine why?
I'm not going to go blue. Not on
I
the
wonder
Christmas
why they're
one.
all sticky. Well, it's because we picked up a Christmas tree today. And
touched-
literally that's why I was a little bit late, is because I was bringing the Christmas tree in the door.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got a physical,
Wow.
like a real tree
Christmas.
from a guy.
From a Home Depot.
Eric Rahill has a Christmas fucking tree in his house right now.
Mm.
Right now. So that probably smells good.
That smells amazing. And frankly, the sap got on my hand. And I don't mind it so much. It's the natural deodorant. Why do you think they make something called Pine Sol?
To have it smell
'Cause it
like
smells good.
Those trees. Wow.
Yeah. And I'm curious, I don't see any decorations in your guys' houses. What's going on?
Well, you know my background is blurred out, Eric. So that's like.
Is it
you
like a
know,
crazy Christmas tree village with a train and like a little village that you control?
There's a lot going on. It's like Christmas mania up in here. If
Yeah.
you could just see in the background of my kitchen.
Did you guys know people who set up Christmas villages in their house with the fake snow and the trains running through and the little junctions and the main streets? You know what I'm saying?
Like, like a giant miniature, like $50,000 miniature sculpture going through their entire house type of thing.
Yeah. Did you know anybody like that?
I knew someone with a pool.
I knew someone with an indoor pool.
No.
How you
bullshit.
want to?
Bullshit.
You like that?
No, you don't. You don't really. Did you really?
I knew someone with an indoor pool.
How?
And they had an outdoor pool too. And they had a steam room and a sauna. And they had
What the fuck?
it was like a jungle room, and it was a big
Whoa.
room that had all these skylights. And they built this rock face into the room, and there was waterfalls trickling down and hot and cold pools in
the
rocks.
Are you
Alright,
sure
I
you
got
weren't
two
just
questions.
going to fucking a zoo?
Isn't that crazy?
I have some questions, Eric. One, what did this person's parents do for a living to amass that much wealth to afford
Basically,
these luxuries?
because we would have all of I was on the same little league teams as this kid, Chris, whatever.
Yeah.
And the story, because they had an indoor movie theater, or I guess it would only be indoor.
What's Chris's last name? Jobs?
But basically, the story that I heard is that his dad invented something for Boeing that paid his ass out wrong.
Oh, military-industrial complex.
Be careful.
He
Yeah,
had
be
like
careful.
worked for Boeing for years and then invented something and sold it to their ass for millions.
Oh my god!
And they were like cool rich. Like he was like the coolest rich kid I knew because he would use his money for fun shit. Like we would ride around on. He had like a Gator, you know those like maintenance trucks, those green little maintenance trucks that they take around golf courses or like college campuses.
Yeah.
He had one of those, and he rigged like a potato gun to be on the back. You guys know what a potato gun is?
Gun that shoots potatoes.
It's like that big PVC pipe, and then you like put hairspray in it, and then it like triggers and it shoots potatoes like hella fast out of it like a tank. You guys never seen this?
Yeah.
I plead the fifth, yeah. But yeah.
Well, he rigged that to the back of it, and we'd ride around on that, and like people in front would have airsoft guns, like shooting.
Eric.
And then the potato gun was in the. Isn't that sick?
That's rich. That sounds like a rich. What does this kid do now, Chris?
You know what?
He's dead.
He is he's a contractor, like a real estate developer. He builds houses. And I'm saying that's a good outcome for a rich kid, building fucking houses with a big ass red truck. Good for him. I wonder if he thinks of me.
Were you only friends with him because of his wealth and money?
No, he was like, I went to like a rich kids like evangelical school I've talked about before, and we were not one of the rich families, but all these families had fucking crazy Seattle wealth. And a lot of them were bastards, rat bastards. But he was the richest of them all. He was the king of the rich kids.
Wow.
And yet he was the nicest.
Damn.
So curious how that works. How very curious.
I'm trying to think of the richest. You know what I was just thinking was like the richest friend I had, like as their houses got, if you had 3 floors in your house, it was usually pretty scary in there. Like
did you get dizzy when you went in there? Did you get butterflies in your stomach if you went to a 3-story house?
If no one was home, I would be excited. But if everybody was home, I'd be worried that they were going to call the cops on each other or something bad was going to happen because the energy was always a bit off, a bit scary.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like, why is that? It's almost as if money can't buy me love. Can't buy me. Can't buy love.
You're uncorruptible.
Yeah.
Me?
You are.
This is, by the way, the 0.5 speed episode.
We are reeling from a Friendsgiving right now. Reeling from a Friendsgiving. And may I say this just triggered a memory in my brain. I remember going to my other rich friend's house, and his dad would put on his deodorant for him, and I was thinking, what the fuck? A little too old for this.
What?
He was like,
Wait,
put up
what?
your arm. He would lift his arm, and the dad would go like,
He's
put
like
it on
17.
like this. And, well, I don't remember what age, but too old.
Wow.
And then my friend would go like, it's so cold. And I just felt disgusted by it at my young age. I thought, this is fucking not right behavior.
Damn. I don't think I've heard of that at any age.
Yeah, I didn't. Why is that a thing?
So in a sense, it doesn't sound that inappropriate that an adult's doing it because it would also sound weird if a kid was doing it.
Well, it's not even.
Like
I don't even see it as inappropriate. Just something
that?
about that exchange was disgusting to me.
Because babies don't wear deodorant. You know what I'm saying?
Not
Like
the babies
deodorant-
you know, but the babies I know are fucking slathered, all cologned out, coming in smelling fresh.
Yeah. Well, you know babies from all over the Saudi Arabia and shit like
Calvin
that.
Klein, fucking.
Yeah. The amount of babies that you follow from Riyadh on Instagram is not concerning, but admirable. Shout out to Riyadh and the King Prince bin Salman, whatever his name is.
Riyadh.
Probably Mohammed bin Salman.
Nate, who is the richest kid you know, and how did they pass away? Because a lot of them go quick, don't they? Don't you know a rich kid that died?
A couple.
I'm trying to think.
I feel like you told me the story about a rich kid that died badly.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Choking on caviar or some shit.
They would, man.
Let's slow down.
Let
Let's
their
slow
heads
down.
roll now.
Nah. Nate.
No,
you
there
knew...
was what?
Nothing. I was gonna.
There
talk...
was
no, nothing.
there was one like mega wealthy kid at my school, and everyone was just clearly friends with him because he was rich. Like it was just so.
Yeah.
The power. I've never been more aware of the power dynamic in a friendship due to money than with this kid. Like it just felt like you were a servant and you were just like lucky to be there, and if you were anything less than what he wanted, you were gone out of his premises. And I only got to go onto his property like one time.
And
Was
how
he
did you
fugly?
behave
Well, how did I behave?
when you were? Did you fix your like? Did you dress differently and try and like impress them?
I was just kind of trying to like I didn't really care because I don't give a fuck about that shit, and
Right.
I was like, this kid was just like, I was like, whatever, but there was a bunch of like shrooms, and it was like one of those like kickbacks. Like there was a White Castle Crave case, and they were putting shrooms on all of them, and we were in his like kind of like drug den like back like cabin of his property, and there was like all this fucking bags of weed, and everyone was smoking and doing shrooms.
Weed, shrooms, beer too.
Yep.
Beer,
Natural
shrooms,
light.
and liquor.
Can we have one Joy Tactics party with a keg? I haven't been to a party with a keg in so fucking long. Just side note, I want to go to
You
a
want to
party
do a
with
keg
now.
stand? Have aneurysm upside down.
Wouldn't happen to me. So what happened to the rich kid that you knew, Nate? What's he doing now?
You know what? I want to say he's actually in real estate as well. Like I swear to God.
That's where they
Sensing
go.
a theme here.
But I think I don't know what happened to him. Like he wasn't in my grade one, so I wasn't like too close with him.
I have some demons that I need to face about all these kids I went to elementary school with because they will be in my dreams nonstop.
What do you mean?
I'll just say that now.
What
Well,
do you
I
mean
never
by
felt
that?
like I matched up. I never
In
felt
elementary
good
school.
enough to be around them. That's right.
Well, maybe you should have been held back like me.
I probably should have been. Then I would have had a little more power. But I remember, because I went K through 8th to this evangelical Christian school called King's Schools. I think I've talked about it before. Then I went to public school, Edmonds Woodway High School. And I still had a couple friends at King's, so once in a while I would go back to the King's parties. But I would kind of pretend to act like hardened by public school. Like, I'm so different now. I'm at like... One of the girls' dads owned the Mercedes dealership in town. Okay. And she had a crazy ass motherfucking house. And I remember going back there and they were playing music and everybody was in the hot tubs. And I was like, they're not going to believe me, how much I've changed. And then I remember nobody really talked to me still.
Wow. What would you be like lashing out, like getting naked in the hot tub and shit? Like,
No, I was afraid to take my shirt off.
oh, so that's even cooler. You'd put a leather jacket on in the hot tub and be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I literally don't give a fuck. I'm so high right now.
Wow.
I
Public
had
school
a
change you.
I had a summer once where I was like, I'm about to change up my whole fucking swag, and I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna go into this fucking into 7th grade as a new person. I'm not gonna fucking like. I was like leveling up so hard, and I was like, this is the time to like fucking. I feel like this. I feel like I'm in the 7th grade of my adult life right now, in a way.
Wow.
And I was like, man, blew all my
You blew all
clothes
who?
money for the
Who'd you
year
blow?
on like one Hollister shirt.
Oh.
Oh.
That is so sad. That is so sweet and sad. Did it smell like shit because you wore it every day?
Green.
I did wear it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And it was like the first piece of clothing that I ever had that was like had any sense of swag to it at all. Like it was
Damn.
like all Walmart or like a JCPenney outlet.
JCPenney. Yep.
Fucking. But okay, so I went into that year and I was like, this, like I'm not hanging out with fucking losers anymore. Like this is it. Like I'm gonna try and weasel my way into the cool group. And the day one of 7th grade, not only did I not get into the the good table at lunch, like the popular kids table. I remember looking at it. Literally, this is like a visceral. I was looking at the table, wearing my Hollister shirt with my fucking. I was already balding at this point, so I was bald. Had hair gel. Had massive amounts of hair gel in, braces. Looking at the cool kids table,
God.
and I was looking around at the table that I had ended up on. And I was at, I kid you not, the fucking most bogus, busted, the dumbest, and the worst possible lunch table you could imagine at the school. There wasn't a table that was worse than this.
You were bottom tier.
I was bottom tier after this whole fucking the whole summer. I was trying to just get mentally prepared that I was like, well, this is it. Like I'm about to be into the,
Popular
I'm about to be in a
kids.
new crew with new friends.
Yeah.
I had some major swag going into 6th grade. And so, I don't know, somehow I fumbled that one big time. And it was all downhill from there.
Oh God.
Well,
I remember really quick on the Hollister shirt tip. One time for my birthday, I used my birthday money to buy a brown Volcom t-shirt from Zoomies.
How'd you just pronounce that?
Volcom. How do you say it? Volcom? Volcom?
Yeah, but that's just how I would say it on the East Coast, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Volcom.
On the West Coast, dude, it's Volcom. Anyways, it was a brown Volcom shirt. You know that crazy logo? And the logo was all up on the shirt.
Like a
And I
stone.
wore it every day. I wore it so much that it would be in the laundry, and then I'd pick it out without even washing it.
Yeah.
And then I guess one time it had been sitting in the laundry. I wanted to wear it so bad for this party. And I wore it to the party. It was a little damp, didn't think anything of it. And I remember people being like, "What is that fucking smell?" And it was the mildew from my t-shirt that I wanted to wear so bad. That's so sad.
That is not good.
But this is what makes us the men that we are today, right?
Yeah. Because
crazy ass podcasters, creatives,
entrepreneurs watching Shark Tank every day.
Entrepreneurial friends.
So, Nate, where do you think the people at that table, where do you think they are now?
You know
do you
what?
feel like, what table of life are they sitting at? And which one are you sitting at?
I honestly think everyone at that table, this is a great question, Jack, because I think everyone at that table is doing really well. Because I remember I was on Facebook the other day. One of them had a full beard in the 7th grade. He was one of the hairiest people hairier than me, man. Like this guy had a full beard. Like
what was the hairline looking like? Is it deep down to the eyebrows?
He actually did have a really deep hairline, actually.
Good for him,
Do you
man.
know this guy?
Good for him. God smiles on some of us.
Well,
but I think everyone is doing pretty well. And this is just oh god, there was this one guy. He was like the Valid Victorian, that is where you're like
What'd you say?
The smartest person.
yeah, what'd you call it?
What'd you call it?
Valid Victorian? Is that what you say?
Valid Victorian.
Valid Victorian?
How do you say this?
The valedictorian.
The valedictorian? What is
It's
it?
one
What am
word.
I saying it?
Or were you saying the valid Victorian?
I don't even know. The valid Victorian.
We
We
can't
go.
get
Nate's
that.
busted
That's
word.
getting my ass. I've never heard someone say it. Like
Well, how do you say it?
the valedictorian?
The valedictorian?
Yeah.
It's not
Really?
valedictorian.
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 Right? Why,
I mean,
what is,
we don't need
I
to.
mean-
We don't need to squabble over this. Nobody
I
is
think we
questioning. Yeah. Our
Anyways,
knowledge.
this was one of the first kind of like grinding nights of my
Oh.
life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
well, I
shit.
wasn't grinding.
What do you
but
mean?
There
Oh,
was
dancing.
grinding potential at
Okay.
this dance. It was like one of the first dances. So I was like, holy shit! Like I could grind tonight. I was so fucking hyped.
That
Watching
is
other
funny.
people grind, watching teachers, come in. No, you can't grind.
Yeah, you can't
And-
grind like that. Do it like this. And the teacher
Were you-
show them.
Were you getting all bricked up?
Oh, it's mad brick. in
No,
my
but there
pants
was
right now.
the valedictorian, future valedictorian. He was following me around, ruining all swag that I had
Why?
the entire time. Like I was trying to go to, the area where.
Why?
Why was he?
Dude, this guy wouldn't leave
What
me
is
alone.
that?
And I was trying to lose him the whole fucking dance so I could get so I could grind, dude. And
Is the valedictorian the person who has the best grades? It's the
Yes.
single.
It's
person
not
with the
even
best
just grades. It's lifestyle too. So you gotta factor in
What's that mean?
extracurriculars, because if you're just grades, you're
okay.
not gonna be valedictorian.
Okay,
It's got to be
I understand.
extracurricular too.
All right, I understand. Dude, I have a dance story. I'm not kidding.
Wait, so then what happened at the end of he followed you around all night like a loser, and then you didn't get to grind?
well,
grind
I
with him?
eventually lost him by just literally it was like an escape.
You
Like,
did
I
an
had to,
Assassin's
dart
Creed
away.
blending into the crowd.
That's
You put the hood up.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel sad for
And-
him.
And even then, I was like, I feel like I was maybe at that point, I was like, well, I have an excuse of why I didn't grind because he was following me around the whole
Right.
time. But now I have no excuse. Why am I not grinding right now? So
Yeah. Have you grinded? Did you get
Yeah,
to grind?
Have you grinded
I've-
since?
yeah.
When's the
Yeah.
last time you were grinding?
When is the last time you were grinding?
Damn, too long. I'll tell you what,
long,
too
man.
long, man.
Hey, let's hit the clubs
We got to take a trip to the Caribbean just to go grinding.
on each other.
A grinding trip.
Can you grind? You can grind by yourself.
Oh yeah, we'd grind with
No.
each other. We'd grind
Grinding
all
with
by ourselves. You can
myself.
grind by your fucking self, by the way.
Grind with yourself. Grind on you.
I'm telling you, when I was on the cruise ship in the Caribbean, people are grinding in these clubs.
Yeah, you
Locals
enjoyed it.
and also cruise tourists are
Foreigners.
grinding like their life depends on it. I'll tell you that much. That's where you go grind.
And it might.
God damn.
Imagine that movie.
Nassau,
Grind,
Bahamas.
Life. Grind. Double O.
Grind
whatever,
to
sexy.
death. Double O
Grind or
sexy? Oh,
die.
what was
say
your
that.
dance story, Jack?
Well, now I have two. It's fucked up. It's so annoying.
Whoopsie.
All right, one's gonna be a really short one about grinding, and then the other one's gonna be about a dance. Basically, I don't want to name this person, but I was at a party one time in college in Chicago, and it was a party where there was music playing, but nobody was dancing. All the lights were on. We were in an apartment in Uptown. Normal as all get out. Probably 20 people there, and all of a sudden I turn around. And I didn't really know everybody there, but one of my friends was leaning back on, like, hands on the counter of the kitchen counter, like this. And he was grinding like this.
Oh,
Oh,
yep.
oh, the crab.
Been there.
Doing the crab.
And
Been there.
they're just in the kitchen with many other people just standing in there.
Do we know this person?
Lights on, you do know this person.
Could it be?
Standing in there grinding. And then I want this person to know if they're listening to this. This is a funny story and I love this about them. And then the girl was like, asked them like, yo, do you want to go hook up? And he was like, he literally went like this. No, thanks.
Would it shock me to know who this is?
No.
Okay.
I think you aren't I don't think you'd be able to think of it, but I think when you hear it, you'd go, that makes fucking perfect sense. It's not even funny.
That's crazy.
So that was jarring. That was a jarring moment.
So
Well,
that was
sometimes grinding can be better than sex. So in a
Oh,
way,
you're telling
I think
me.
he just
Sure.
he went to a sexual place that is
Yeah.
more sexually gratifying than sex itself.
That's right.
Well, that's like he basically did something almost like a chalk zone or like in the Matrix type of shit where it's like everyone around you is in a different reality than you. And he just decided like I'm grinding. Lights on in a kitchen, everybody standing around. I'm grinding now.
Damn.
Now let me say this. So going on kind of similar to what you were up to, Nate. I was at a dance, like an 8th grade dance, and I'll say it, I was hanging with the wrong crew, man. I don't fuck
Drugs.
with these people anymore. No.
Drugs.
No, we never did drugs. But they were doing something that I don't fuck with. Squeezing this, I don't even want to say this. Squeezing asses.
Good. Yeah, but you weren't doing that.
So what they would do is they would run through the dance floor, and this is awful. But they would run through the dance floor and squeeze somebody's ass.
Oh, hell
and keep
no.
running. And I wanted them to think I was cool. So what I would do is I would just run, and I wouldn't touch anybody. So I would run, just simply run like Naruto through the
Good God.
club, the 8th grade club, and then come back to my friends and say that I did, and I didn't. I didn't do it. I didn't want to do it.
You're a sweetheart, Jack.
We knew you were a good one.
Well, that wasn't the point of the story because I did much worse than I'm a badass. I'm a rebel.
You know what video I'm reminded of? You guys know that
What?
like that what's that song? The Turn Down for What? You know that
Oh, yeah.
video of
Remember
all
that
those
used to be the
kids?
whole fuck
LMFAO,
song?
isn't it? Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm
Huh?
talking about? All those little kids turn down for what? And they
No,
go
I-
fucking nuts.
I never saw this.
Oh yeah, in like school.
It's like it's like a Renaissance painting. Like it's a modern day Renaissance painting. It's
you
like
think
all
peop-
these like 12-year-olds, like the drop happens like 5 and 9 turn down, and these kids are like so fucking hopped up on like Sprite and Mountain Dew, and
That is kind of a beat for kids.
Everybody's like just going fucking crazy in their own way, and you can kind of zone in on like this kid's doing this dance. Like it's so beautiful.
Do you think people were grinding before the invention of instruments? So just to natural music, birds chirping, rocks, landslides, mudslides, whatever. Oh shit, there's a mudslide. Let's get the mudslide grind on it now.
Probably on accident.
Grinding
I'm sure
like crazy, all cavemen loins. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. Of course they did.
Send me back there.
Of course they did.
Damn, grinding.
Can you
on
imagine how
just-
good you would sleep if you were a caveman? No blue light.
Oh wow.
No fucking
but,
artificial
yeah.
light. All
I
natural.
really can't imagine, because that is what I wonder. How many were cavemen ever tired, or when they were tired, would
Certainly
they just
not.
be like, "I'm sleeping now, right now"?
Well, they were living to 30, but
Well, then that's great. You die before you start getting chronic illness. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying. That's what our creators, I think, intended for us, was a short.
yeah.
We weren't meant to get to fucking Betty
We're overstaying
White age.
our welcomes here.
Yeah.
This thing, the return is up. This is past due. It's time to give it back. And there's a late fee, by the way, in the afterlife. However many years you live beyond 30, when you get to heaven, you have to spend.
Doing what?
Don't make me say it, man.
Grinding with the less fortunate.
No.
Had to
That
go
should be a
grind
Grinding with poor people?
with the
Is
loser,
that
Nate's
true?
loser table. Man,
Would you guys participate in a charity where you grind with less fortunate individuals?
Fortunate in what sense?
The less fortunate elderly.
Like
Like
Oh.
yeah,
Rhythmically?
elderly, like a nursing home where you have to.
poor elderly people? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
And it's like a grindathon, and it's like do it for as long as possible in the winter
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to have like a boat.
Hmm.
Okay. Of course I would.
Unlimited caffeine pills to stay awake. B12 shots at the ready with nurses. Ready
And
to.
what songs are we playing?
What song? Let's see. It's mostly
What would you
Eastern
like to grind
European.
to?
that
Okay,
is-
what about your last song? You know your last meal?
Oh,
What
What
about your
my
last
last-
song?
oh, you know
was your,
what it
what's your
was?
last YouTube video?
It was a very
while you
good
were-
year, Frank Sinatra. That's my last song.
Yeah, I probably could
That's a
guess that one.
retrospective song. When I was 17. Did I already sing this on the podcast? It was a very good year.
somehow I feel like you sing this like every podcast.
It was a very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights.
You got his gaze perfect.
We'd
When I was
hide-
17, I liked it like that. You make him seem a bit angry.
Who?
Why
Frank?
has there not been a Frank biopic?
They haven't found the
There
right
has to
one
have
yet
been.
to play him. How curious. Well, how curious when an actor just got some amazing representation.
Oh,
Whoops. Oh.
Uh-oh,
Hello,
let's just
casting
say-
directors.
Eric just
Yes.
got a fucking agent who is based in South America. and
Willing
they
to
have
shave. Willing to
Willing to
lose
wax.
40 pounds within 3 weeks medically.
willing to get cheekbone surgery.
I wouldn't need that.
Okay. But it's the thought of being willing.
Do you guys think the popular kids, like, can you imagine being popular? I know, like, I guess what we're saying is, like, those popular kids end up usually being hella successful and they actually don't burn out and become losers. It's like, but can you imagine feeling the power of being a popular kid in 6th, 7th grade? I guess you were, Jack, weren't you?
I don't think so, but maybe. I mean, it's an interesting thing, the concept of a popular kid, isn't it?
Did life feel
Because-
amazing? Did it feel like life was an oyster for you getting ready to shuck or whatever?
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. It was honestly, the pressure was so intense that I felt like I spent all of high school recoiling from the fucking wild ride
getting
that
too close
was
to the sun.
when I was 12. Yeah. I basically was 3rd degree burned in my soul because I flew too high.
Snap.
And then I just had to deal with, because I was the best, pretty much the fucking best skateboarder ever when I was 12. And then it turns out I wasn't. And I sucked. And that's pretty much, then that was that. I pretty much stayed that bad.
So if you guys have kids, and your kid ends up being the most hottest, popularist, best football player, whatever, soccer player, kid on the planet, are you going to resent them in some way for being that kid, or are you going to dap it up and say, like, I knew I had it in me, in my blood somewhere?
I think it would be fun to make fun of the other kids and the other parents of the loser kids. So I'd probably be pretty happy with them.
You know the parents are fucking making fun of the kids. Us three were probably getting roasted by the parents. You know what I'm saying? There's no question.
I scored what happened? What was this? I wasn't paying attention in a soccer game one time when I was fucking 2 years old or something, 6 or something. Somebody kicks the ball to me. I don't see it. I'm looking off. Smacks me right on the hip.
Oh, hell nah.
Everybody's laughing. Ha ha ha. Oh, what else? One more. Here I am. I'm in 7th grade basketball, recreational community basketball league. Everybody gets a little medal for the best whatever, best shot scoring. I get the medal for best pass, most creative pass.
Most creative pass?
Yes.
Oh, God.
And you don't even want to know how creative it was. I mean, you know. Just imagine what it would look like. So, let's take it back to Christmas, can we?
This episode is called
How did we get so off track? We were supposed to be talking about Christmas.
It'll never
because
happen
Christmas
again.
is
Let's
about
just
your
say it'll
inner
never happen
child, and we clearly need to heal our inner children now because they're causing us much pain.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean? Oh, there it is, the inner child. Why does it make you look so sexy with that hat on, Jack?
I just put on a Pikachu hat. Because of your own trauma. I don't know why. So, yeah.
So
Christmas is an interesting
Christmas
time.
time is here. It's time to spread the cheer. Do 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 do. Oh, I learned
Does it
that
look
song,
like
Nate,
I
on the
Am
piano. Did I
Pikachu?
tell you this? I learned that, and I played it last night for everybody like a recital.
Eric, it sounds like you're getting into the Christmas spirit, like
Heavily. It's my last one. It's my last go around.
Eric is going atheist after this year.
I'm treating it like it is based on what I'm feeling spiritually.
What's
Well,
a
live
good
like you're
Christmas
gonna,
movie
you know.
that I should watch?
A good Christmas movie.
What's your guys' favorite one?
I love the Muppets Christmas Carol. I could watch every fucking Christmas Carol and never get tired. The emotional trajectory of that story. A grump turned into a soft, sweet old man. Are you kidding me? Charles Dickens, you bastard. You did it from the 1800s. Oh, you had it like that back then.
The
So good for you.
1800s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Mr. Dickens.
People really liked Christmas.
Nate, you would
What
play
about
an
that
amazing Scrooge.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Jack, you would play
Lebanese
an
Scrooge.
amazing Ghost of Christmas Future.
I did on
And
Timmy
you
on
would
the
play an
News.
amazing Tiny Tim.
Hello, Mr. Scrooge.
Who's Tiny Tim?
Oh, Jack, please don't say this like this to me. Who's Tiny Tim?
I have to. I have to.
Are you kidding my ass? Why don't you take
Yeah.
a guess as to who Tiny Tim is in the
I
Christmas
think he
lore?
is a little, if I had to guess, he's a little tiny dude named Timothy who has no parents, who walks around London helping rich people clean the dirt off their feet. Am I right?
He is a crippled boy.
Oh. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Birth defect or an act of war?
Listen. Scrooge has an employee, okay? What's his fucking name?
Tim.
No.
Oh,
What's his
I
name,
know.
Nate?
I forget.
Drew.
God damn it, I'm
Drew.
forgetting the employee's name. Well, this employee works night and day for Mr. Scrooge. Works till the ink is out of the pen. There's just one little coal burning in the fire. He's all cold, wearing a coat, trying to do taxes for Ebenezer Scrooge. And he has a big family. And he has a little boy named Tiny Tim who has a bunk. Is that a bad thing to say? Bunk leg, busted leg. He has a busted leg, so he walks around with a cane. And well,
Whoa, Eric. Can we talk about what you just said? You just
He
think
has
it's
a
cool to
busted
say that
ass
somebody
leg.
has a limp and their leg is fucked up.
I'm trying to be.
Canceled type of.
Anyways,
you guys don't want to go into that, but it's all
this
good.
doesn't ring a bell. Merry Christmas to what Merry Christmas to everyone. What does he say, Nate? Merry
What the fuck are
Christmas.
you guys
Like,
talking about?
Merry Christmas to one and all, or something like
To
that.
one and all. Yeah,
Merry
right.
Christmas to all, and to all a good night. He says that.
Well, maybe that's
Probably.
it. And can I tell you guys a moment? I saw a Christmas Carol play one time with my auntie Carol. She took me to see it in Seattle.
I've never.
And it was in the round. Okay, so the theater's all around, and it was happening in the middle. Someone dropped their brightly colored ticket onto the floor, and the actor playing Tiny Tim's dad put Tiny Tim on his shoulder, picked up the ticket, crumpled it up, and gave it to him like a present. That was my first time seeing improv, rolling with the punches, and I thought that was fucking sick. How did he think of it that quick?
I don't even think I understand what you're saying.
The play was going on, Jack. Someone dropped a ticket, which is not supposed to be part of the play, onto the stage. The actor picks it up as if it's part of the world, crumples it up like a little thing, and gives it to Tiny Tim like something for him to play with.
That reminds me of such a fascinating story. I'm serious.
Curious.
I was doing a Second City touring Patchco Christmas residency in Naperville, perhaps Illinois.
Beautiful.
And this was my first ever show with the Second City out on the road. And we were singing. It was a Christmas show, actually. And we were singing the opening song, which was originally written by the cast. It's the time of year where families gather near and the holidays are here. Don't make me do the rest of it.
Do it. Please do one more line.
Oh, God.
Was that really how it started?
Oh, dude, my eyes are watering thinking about how cringy this was and how much this show, truly, I'm crying thinking about this. This show maybe bombed harder than any show I've ever been to. We had to do it quite a few times, and it was in like a big, like not like big, probably 200 seat, like 200 seat with 80 people in it.
Snap. That's no good.
Not that cool. But the very first fucking run of it for the the first show, we sing that, and there's a line that's like a joke about how your uncle's there and he brought his gun, and that was me. And then I pretend to like accidentally discharge the firearm or whatever, and there's a gunshot sound effect, and then I like fall to the ground. And as I'm like waving, like, "Hey, it's me," gun goes off. I fall to the ground, and I guess I had a quarter in my pocket. And the quarter fell out, and it was like the music stops for this moment of like a pause. And so I like picked it up, and I picked up the quarter, and I held it up and just said, "Oh, a quarter." And then we went back into the song.
And nobody reacted. No laughs.
No. I just said it in character, pretending like it was part of it.
Oh, what a humiliating thing that we have tried to do with our lives.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Just like
I just remember like that song was like so fucking awful and cursed. Shout out to whoever wrote it. But
can I give a little context to
my
this?
God.
The
Please,
Christmas
Nate.
sort of like
Please.
at Second City, it was like one of their big ways they would get money is cashing in on holiday theater, I guess. Theater attendees, whatever. People that want to see a show during Christmas. And they would put on these Christmas themed sketch comedy shows. And they were like, and so every year it would be like kind of a guaranteed like way to make some good money, but you would be doing like 8 shows a week in the suburbs of Chicago, doing
How much
a show every night.
$50
so
a show?
Yeah, like
100
$100 barely. And then so a lot of people, I didn't have to do this, but like people would like drive out every night to Aurora, Illinois, and they would do the worst fucking sketch show of their life and then drive back that night. And they would do that every night for like 2 months.
Good God.
And these sketches, by the way, it's not like an original sketch review. Maybe there's like a couple of sketches in it that y'all came up with, but I remember doing these archive materials with like whatever with a whatever.
But yeah,
It literally, it was. I remember this one sketch that must have been written in 1963 or something, because they showed us the tape of the archive, and it was like
Crackling.
like glitched out, like impossible to see footage, and it was these references that I didn't understand, where their names were like Promordius. You know what I'm saying? Like names that were like old. Like
I bet
names
you the
you'd put in a
references
sketch
were
in the
so
60s.
obvious, but you just like
Yeah.
Too stupid.
It's like Richard Nixon.
It was crazy. It was, hey man. No, not even. They weren't people. They were just names for people, and even the names were like, I wish I could think of a good one. Theoculus. You know what I'm saying? It was like a
Theoculus.
Greek, like shit that you would joke about back in the 1960s, like ancient Greek stories.
Right.
You guys get it.
Right.
So that was an experience of bombing.
I once did my Christmas version of this was I had to live in Cincinnati, Ohio for
Oh, I
3
remember when you
months
did this.
almost. And it was probably one of the most depressed I've ever been in my entire life. And every single night I had to do the worst holiday sketch show that was sold out every fucking night. And it was the first time I'd ever done, like, I had never done like theater before. So it was like new to me to do like a run of shows every night sort of thing, like the same show every night.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is like, I can imagine like a more hellish scenario than this, like doing the most busted worst sketches of your life every single night for 3 months straight.
Were you the one spitting candy canes out? Who was spitting out?
Yes, I filmed every night. I would film Charles Pettit. He had to like crunch up, eat a bunch of candy canes on stage, and then backstage he had to like spit it out into a trash bag, and I was just like so bored thinking of anything to liven up the night. I would just film him like throwing up a candy cane into a trash can every night, and I put together a supercut of him just like spitting out trash candy canes into a trash can.
God.
Like there was probably like 70 videos of him doing that.
So would these shows crush? Like
Yes.
But when
Wow.
you got the laughs, did you resent the laugh almost, where you're like, fuck this?
It was like
much?
it was like I was so empty inside, and
Yeah.
I was just like getting it's such a crazy feeling to get, to bring somebody so much joy, you know. Everyone's
hate it.
having such a great time, and you're fucking killing with this
Yeah.
fucking sketch that you've done over and over. You know exactly where the laugh goes, and that you're gonna get it, and then
Yeah.
you get the laugh, and then you're just like this. You just zone out almost.
But did you feel this? Because I mean, I only did this stuff on the cruise ship, but when we would do it, and I resented it too. But if it didn't crush, I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know what I mean? Like a little bit. Did you care at all?
No, not
It
at
was
all.
just like
if it went so. I think there was one show that did really, really poorly, and I think it was it was a Christmas themed show, and I think there was like some sort of like Jewish organization came in, and it was like, I think they like didn't really like. I think that was the show that didn't go over well.
it was a Christmas show for all Jewish people.
Yeah. Like,
Whoops.
Dude, we did a touring show in Skokie, not that far of a tour, and it was for a rabbi convention. Have I brought this up on here before?
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
Maybe not. It was so we did a Second City show for 200 rabbis in a basement of a Marriott.
Oh,
They were
my
the
God.
lights, no stage lighting, like just lights on,
Oh.
lights on, folded chairs, like temporary platform. They were kind of rocking with it.
Oh, they were rocking with you guys.
They were kind of rocking with it, but we did a Q&A afterwards. Oh, by the way, I had the worst sunburn of my fucking life, and I just remember having like wanting to throw up because I was like having sun poisoning. And the Q&A was going on for so fucking long because Trump had just won.
Oh,
And so these rabbis were asking, like, what is the future of comedy? Like, what is going to happen now? Because, you know, they're all trying to, like, glean they're being rabbis about it. You know the vibes.
Yeah.
Well, how can I stretch this fucking bar mitzvah out 2.5 hours? Please, man, just let it happen. If you're a rabbi listening right now, Shorten these fucking bar and bat mitzvahs, man. I can't do it anymore.
If church was 15 minutes long, for real,
Oh, if it was a
I would go to
drive-through,
church.
I'd go every morning. trust
Drive-through
me.
church.
If there was a drive-through
Oh.
gospel, and I whatever religion it was, I would do that one. If I had a car and I didn't,
Yep.
whatever.
We can make this happen. God damn.
Shout out to every religion, man.
I remember
Except
we
for-
did a New Year's Eve show on the cruise ship, and a guy threw up all up. He was in the front row looking fucked up. He had a Santa Claus hat on. He had one of them, but it was after Christmas. You know what I'm saying? But he still had the Santa hat on. And he threw up all over the fucking front, and it got onto the stage a little bit, and then we had to go back in the back while they cleaned it up. And I remember thinking, like, these workers clean this shit up like lightning fast in a way. But you could still smell it. That's the thing. So you came back out. It's all cleaned up. It's all wet. There's no one sitting there anymore, but it still smells like fucking bile. And yeah, did the
Ew.
show.
Ooh.
Bombed.
Throwing up. You know what's funny is when somebody throws up and then somebody throws up because the other person throws up.
That is a hilarious
That's one of my favorite things.
chain of events, isn't it?
It really is. Are y'all aware? I don't do free promo, but are y'all aware of Steve-O's new special?
No, I'm not. Frankly, I'm not.
No.
Fascinating.
Still reeling off of Matt Rife's.
Oh yeah. Wait, wait, Nate. What's the review?
It's amazing. It's incredible. Everyone must watch.
We
must
gotta
see.
get Matt Rife on here.
Joy Tactics
please.
officially. Yeah.
Joy Tactics endorses
Oh.
Matt Rife's new special.
I don't know. The only thing I've seen about that one is the
domestic
joke at the
abuse.
top about something.
Oh snap! Wait,
What did he
I
say?
rescind it. I rescind it.
Did you? Well, it's so clear that he is like trying to lean into the. I feel like there is a version of stand-ups who want to, like, the toe the line stand-up, and I feel like almost every big stand-up right now is like trying to toe the line and then cross over the line a couple steps throughout the
Well-
special. Like, how far can they cross the line with their
Yeah.
jokes, and it's like, and Matt Rife is trying to do that. I feel like he was like,
I relate, man. I try and do that shit.
Yeah.
You bitch. Something like that.
but he's
It
like,
is kind of like a Bob Saget almost, but he doesn't. I don't know. I have to watch the special and give my full
You
analysis.
guys know Bob
Obviously, I do
Saget was
that on
31
Letterboxd.
when Full House started. I'll just say that right now. Does that make you feel
Really?
old much?
I don't know what
wow,
that makes me
really?
feel. That makes me feel young. That makes me feel like I've aged well. And by the way, when I went to the casino 2 nights ago, I handed my ID to the security person, and they looked up and they said, "That's not fair to age like that."
What does that
And
mean?
it was a chick. They were saying I looked good.
Oh, yeah.
And they weren't just curating a good experience that I would want to go gamble and have fun.
That's
and come
not
back.
fair to age like that.
Do you know the idea of a pit boss, Jack?
Of course.
What does a
I know
pit
that.
boss do?
A pit boss is the basically manager of all of the dealers on the floor, who is supervising, who is aiding in any technical issues or any matters of misdealings.
Do you want to be that, Nate? Because the name sounds cool. Like it just sounds fucking sick to be a pit boss.
pit boss?
Job titles that sound cool, but you
Pit
have
boss.
like no actual power.
Engineer.
YouTuber. I was just trying to rent a green screen studio on like a space rental website, and the description says we are no longer renting to YouTubers.
What
is
could that mean?
What-
I mean,
what does that
Do they
mean?
mean they must not understand where media is headed? 'Cause
Right,
YouTube is
because
the next.
you're not gonna let Mr. Beast use your green screen
Yeah,
studio.
get with the
Well, yeah,
times.
likely story, man. Likely story.
Also, Mr. Beast isn't a YouTuber. He's a
What?
entrepreneur. He's a CEO now.
Right.
How dare you put him pigeonhole him in that fucking category?
Wait, I just got the response because I asked the host of the space.
What'd they say?
They said YouTube videos are fine. It's just a certain type of YouTuber that invites all their friends to party at the studio with them.
That's funny. YouTube videos are fine. Just no. Wait, so we can't fucking get all faded at the green screen studio?
Dude, you know what? people, when I would shoot rap videos in Virginia, they would bring Hello Rum and Coke to the set, and sometimes it would be in a studio that I wouldn't like that to be happening at. But I did think it was kind of sick.
I want some Run. Remember Run, Nate?
Stop.
In Costa Rica, they call it
damn.
Run.
And mi dormitorio.
Hit me with the run, please. I feel drunk just saying that
Hit
word.
me with the run, please. Oh, yeah.
My teeth hurt. No, they don't. So, I feel like there's an elephant in the room.
I know. We're not talking about something that we should tell everybody.
Yeah.
So I have been hooking up with both Eric and Jack's girlfriends,
And like literally,
since.
it does piss us off, but weirdly, we're gonna still try to keep doing this. We need this 4th hour a month badly, and so we're letting bygones be bygones.
And it's gonna bring a different energy to the podcast now that it's out in the open. But it's not gonna. I'm not gonna be like making fun of Nate for looking like a Lebanese Elmer or whatever. I'm not gonna say any shit like that.
We're gonna invite Esther Perel on the pod. We should bring a couples therapist on the podcast for us to work through our shit together as friends. This point, we might need this.
Is there friends therapists?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
There's family therapists.
Of course,
I feel a fucking comedic premise coming on. I'm excited to even
feel it too.
think about what it could be.
What is it?
So there's a friends therapist. You've heard of a couples therapist. Now there's a
therapist, but for your boys.
Like
this is a SNL segment.
But what if it's something fun? What if it's more silly? You know.
Try it out. Try it out, man. Dude, this is easy.
All right, well, then just spitballing, just in the writer's room. For you and your, what's something that you have a bad relationship with?
Your pet.
Traffic.
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
Keep thinking about
It's literally
We need
too
to be
easy.
writers right now for some amazing news.
I know.
SNL.
Whenever I see that another show's out and they didn't
Beijing.
hire us to write it, it's like missed connections much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Craigslist post missed connections, me and what's the show about the family where they have a business? It's not called Excedrin.
What if Jimmy Kimmel was listening right now? What are you guys gonna say to him to get in the fucking writer's room?
Congratulations that your mom was on the Golden Bachelor. She got robbed.
Jimmy Kimmel's mom was on the Golden Bachelor.
His aunt.
My bad.
Are you serious? Nepotism?
They used her kind of as like a joke. In the first.
Really?
Oh, I am. Are we? Which listeners are tuning in next Thursday to the finale, November 30th, Golden Bachelor? Gary finally chooses the one.
Oh, should we have a live watching party?
Are you caught up, Nate? Have you watched it, Nate?
I haven't watched a single fucking episode.
And
by the way,
do a marathon.
I thought
marathon.
if you would have asked me when I would have told you the Golden Bachelor ended last year. Like, how long is this fucking shit been going on, dude?
You're out of touch. It started about a month and a half ago. Jack, are you all caught up?
Of course, I've seen the first episode.
Oh, bro.
Twice.
The two chicks that he's. I'll tell you who's gonna win just from.
I don't want to. If you don't want the Golden Bachelor spoiled, close your ears right now. The final two chicks are.
Spoiler alert.
I wouldn't have guessed that they are the ones that he picked. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, the episode before this one, he eliminated someone that I thought was gonna win. I'll just say that, and that blew my fucking mind.
That's how you have good television.
All right, let's see who are the women. FEMA and let me see these chicks.
I mean, everybody listening.
They're in Costa Rica right now.
They're in Costa Rica for the honeymoon suites. And you know what they get to do in the honeymoon suites if they so choose, right? Make out much, kiss much, hold hand, kiss.
Stop.
Are you know Gary is putting it fucking down.
Gary, I think, is laying it down like that.
Oh, he's killed someone. Why do I get that vibe?
I don't get that. He's a pure heart.
The golden sex, dude. The Golden Bachelor sex. Ooh.
Okay. What gave you guys joy this week?
Are you sure?
I'm not sure about what.
Is it time for that?
I think so.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's do it. Down, 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 down. Shouldn't there be like a thing right there where we
Ooh,
launch into
fanfare.
it?
I think we need that.
What's fanfare?
Dang, what you just did, a little fanfare, a little.
Oh,
ding,
I didn't know
ding,
that's
ding.
what that's called.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought fanfare was like snacks. Like, shouldn't we have fanfare out at the party? A little fanfare.
I guess that does make sense as a snack. Yeah, we should have that.
Is that right? All right. What gave everybody joy? I'll kick it off, I reckon. Thanksgiving's such a fucking cop out, but I'll say it. Going to the casino. This was a joy. My parents live about 15-minute drive from the MGM casino in National Harbor, Maryland. And what could be more joyous than going in with a controlled amount of money, which I'm not afraid to part ways with.
How much was it?
It was something respectable. I think I took out $300, and I said, if I fucking lose it, I fucking lose it. I'm spending that much on the experience of being in a casino. But somehow that's not what fucking happened. I go in, I see what we got over here, $75 minimum, $75 minimum. It's kind of like a bougie-ass casino.
$75 minimum? Are you fucking kidding
For
me?
blackjack.
Per hand?
Yes.
Per hand? You're putting...
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding
No, I
me?
didn't do that. So I went to the back of the casino. I found the $25 limit.
That still seems like a
per
lot.
hand.
I like them $5
It's-
tables.
Yeah.
There was no $5
Yeah.
table at this whole casino.
No.
Are there $2 tables
Friday
anywhere?
night.
I want to do a $2 table.
If there is,
Yeah.
it's one of those machines. And those
Oh,
are fucking
snap,
rigged,
you're right.
dude.
I think back in the 50s, you could just put down like a fucking pet or something. You didn't even have to have money. All right.
Lie.
So, but basically,
That's a
listen,
lie.
why? No, it's not a lie. I don't think that's a lie, but maybe it
Okay,
is.
so walk us through the experience.
Okay, so I sit down at the fucking table. I think, here we go. I hand my $100 bills to the dealer. I say, you're going to regret this, fool. And then they give me my chips. And the person next to me is, something's wrong with them. I guess they were maybe blackout drunk or had a disease. And they're saying, I don't know. I can't play with these guys. I don't know them. I can't play with them. I don't know them. I got to go. And so he got up and he left. And from that point on, we just were, the hands were coming crazy. This hand, black. I'm down to $25. I got $25 left.
Snap.
I just gave her 100. Boom, I'm down. I'm up. I'm back up to 100. Oh, I'm back down to 25. This is it. This is the end. Oh, I'm back up to 100. I'm back down. Boom. Up, 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 up. And then all of a sudden, I get on my little run. Bing. Blackjack. Bing. They bust. Bing. Boom. I'm up $135. I back out. I go to the slot machines. Let me cool off. Let me cool down after such an intense session. I go to the Austin Power slot machine.
Oh.
I get the fat bastard wheel of death. It's going.
No.
Bing, 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 bing. Boom. I'm up $20 more.
Oh.
I get up. $20. Thank you, fat bastard. Bang. I walk over to the fucking wicked wheel. Whatever. The devilish machine. Another slot machine. Bing. I fucking hit a special
I
again.
like the
Huge
wicked
win.
wheel, that devil.
Racking up. I finish. I win. I'm up on everything. And I say, that's it. I'm going home.
So you
boys.
are a casino's worst enemy in a sense. That's
Essentially that
they
casino.
Don't want your kind there.
They were in the red that night. They were in the red that
so
night,
they lost.
and they were watching me on the way out. I saw them like on the way out, being
Like,
like,
You're no
"Don't let that
longer
motherfucker
welcome.
back here ever again."
Yeah, they pull you into
You're
a
on a
room
list.
after being up $20.
That was crazy. Literally free groceries for 2 weeks.
Wait, how much is free groceries for 2 weeks? How much are you guys spending on groceries every week?
Probably more than rent.
Oh yeah, because
With
you're
the amount
doing
of protein
fucking
I eat.
sashimi every meal.
Yeah, yeah.
Scrape it. You know that
What'd you
video?
say?
What brought you joy, man?
Scrape it. Johnny Hamcheck.
I love
yeah.
Johnny Hamcheck.
What brought me joy? You know what? I emailed somebody who I was like, this guy won't respond to my email. And whenever you think this person isn't going to respond to me, there's a good chance that you're wrong, and they are. So go ahead, email that person that you wanted to email. reach out to that person because you never know. And what's the worst that could happen? They don't respond.
Yeah.
So go
They
ahead and
blacklist
reach
you.
out and achieve your dreams this Christmas.
I'm curious to know who this was. I'll ask you off the podcast, and I'm sure I'll get it in.
You know what? It was.
story.
I'll tell you. It was a dude who made a documentary about a genre I'm interested in, and I just emailed him and I was like, just wanted some more info on this genre I'm writing about, and he emailed me this big email with all this stuff to watch and insights.
Snap.
Yeah.
That is fucking beautiful.
Snap. That's cool. Give it up for reaching out. Okay, and I'll cap it off. That Friendsgiving was just goated. Shout out Layla for the amazing dinner. Shout out Jane and Kyle, everybody helping out. All the friends coming through. The food was busting, and it was great having everybody in one. We did it all in our apartment, our small apartment. Rearranged the furniture, put the tables out. It was goated with the sauce. So thanks everybody for coming to that. And everybody else, this is the kickoff of the Joy Tactics holiday season. Get ready for some more Christmas, Hanukkah, all the different holiday style episodes. We're going to be going crazy with it. We're staying with you guys through we know that the holidays can be a hard time for some people, and we'll be here with you through it from afar. So God bless you all. Thank you for listening to Joy Tactics once again. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.
Stay safe and stay warm.
Bye.
That felt pretty earnest.
Well, that concludes another incredible fucking episode of Joy Tactics. Head over to patreon.com/joytactics to unlock exclusive weekly bonus episodes. And make sure to follow us on social media where we post fire TikToks and hilarious shit like that. And if you loved the shit you just listened to, make sure to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening, and remember, we are shaped by our thoughts, we become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves.